Hey fashion people, today I'm super excited to share with you a very simple and stylish tutorial on how to make a wrap pants. It's perfect for beginners, so yeah, don't worry if you're a beginner. Trust me to guide you every step of the way. Let's dive in. So first of all, you want to mark out your starting line. Place your tape on your starting line. Now, if you're using 2 inches band, you want to minus 2 inches. If you're using 1.5 inches, you want to minus 1.5 inches, like you can see in the video. Move straight down and mark out your desired pant length. Mark out your desired crotch depth. Remember, 1.5 inches should be minus from your waistline, or 2 inches. Mark out your knee length as well and connect, even though knee length is not really needed because it's a free pant. Now, from my side front, you can see I marked about 5 or 6 inches. This is because it's a wrap pant and it's going to be going beyond my normal waistline. Now, from that side line, place your tape horizontally and mark out quarter of your hip measurement. That's your hip divided by 4. Okay, of course, it's a free pant, so you're supposed to add extra 3 inches or 4 inches on your hip measurement. Mark it all the way up to your waist measurement. Go in by 1 inch on your waistline and use your curve ruler to connect it to your crotch. Now, you don't need your waist measurements because, of course, it's a wrap pant, so you're going to be tying it the way you want. So this is a closer view of what my curve looks like. Next thing you want to do is to get your front block midpoint. So place your tape horizontally from that side line to where you marked out half of your round thigh measurement. So before this, you should have marked out half of your round thigh measurement before you start getting the midpoint. So take it all the way down to the length of the pants and connect. Please note, your round thigh measurement should be very free and not fitted because this is a free pant. Go straight to your waistline and come down by 1 inch. Then use your ruler and connect like so. Come down to where you marked your knee length and make sure both sides are equal. So here I'm checking if both sides are equal, even on the length of the trouser. So after checking, I'm going to connect my lines and it's time to cut out. Remember, this is a free pant, and so you should add extra inches on your hip measurements and your thigh measurements. I think these are the 2 measurements, round measurements you need. Okay, so make sure you add extra 4 inches to it or extra 3 inches for it to be very free. You can even add extra 10 inches as long as you want it to be very full. So after that, you place your fabric on fold for the back block. The back block is quite easy. For the extension, you just need extra 2 inches or 1 inch. But for the sake of this tutorial, I went up by 1.5 inches on my waistline and then I connected the line on my crotch depth. I extended the back block crotch depth by 2 inches vertically and gave it a nice curve. I also went up by 1.5 inches on my waistline and connected it on my side waistline for the front. Now from here, I started marking 1 inch all the way down. I did it like that because the pant is already free, so I don't need too much allowance on my back block. I'm going to connect these lines and cut out. Now this is a closer view of what I marked out. Here I'm done cutting it out and I'm going to weave. After weaving, I will go straight to the ironing table and hem the sides. I will hem the sides. Remember, I weaved all sides except the waist line. I didn't weave there because I'm going to be closing it. I'm going to be finishing it with a band. So here I'm only folding it by 1 inch, only the sides. I'm folding by 1 inch. After that, I'll place my hemming gum inside it and gum it very well with my steam iron. The reason why I'm hemming it already is because there will be no joining on that side, on the pant sides. There will be no joining at all. Remember, it's a wrap pant. Okay, so we're only going to join the crotch depth area all the way down. So after hemming this, I'm going to also fold my hem, the trouser length. I'm going to also fold it, but I'm not going to place any hemming gum there yet. Once I'm done, I'm going to go to the sewing machine. This is, if the fabric you're using is rumpled, you may want to iron it out very well. So here I folded the length of the trouser, even though I'm not going to be placing my hemming gum yet. And yeah, it's time to go join them in the sewing machine. Now pick any of the blocks, either the front block or the back block, and join the center. Use 1/2 inch to join the center. So once I'm done, I'm going to repeat the same process on the other block. Now remember, this pants will have a band, so I decided to use 2 inches band. The width of this band is 5 inches, so on fold is going to be 2.5 inches, and I'm going to use 1/2 inch to join so that it will now be exactly 2 inches. Now for the length, the back, I made it shorter, so I measured the waist length of the back and added extra 10 inches, and for the front I measured the exact waist measurements I have on the fabric, not my waist measurement, and then added extra 20 inches because I want my front band to be longer than my back band. You will get to know the reason why I did it like that before the end of this tutorial. So here I already gummed my interface on the band using the exact waist measurement I have on my fabric to measure the interface. So yeah, I already notched my band, the center of my band, and I placed it on the center of my fabric. I stretched it to the end of the fabric and I notched. So this place I notched is where I'm going to be sewing. So I folded it into two and sewed like so. I'm going to still repeat the same process on the other side of the band. That is why I am matching it like this. So watch carefully. I'm going to notch again and then sew. Once I'm done sewing the other side, I'm going to trim it to the barest minimum. Then use my scissors to, push it out to the right side, push everything out to the right side. Then I'll go to my ironing table and give it a good press. I'm going to press it down very well. Now this same thing I did, I'm going to repeat it. Remember, we have two bands, one for front, the longer one for the front, and the shorter one for the back. So yeah, I'm going to repeat the same process on the other band. Remember, this part has not been sewn, so this is how you should sew it. And after sewing it, I'm going to go to the weaving machine and weave that part. So here I'm done weaving it. I also weaved my front and back block, the waist. I also weaved it and I'm pinning it now. After pinning it, I'm going to join it with 1/2 inch. So make sure you start from the center to pin. Match both the center of your band and the center of your pant. Match it and sew. After that, I'm going to open press. That's using my iron to press it open, the seams. I'm going to use my iron to press it open like so. So here I'm done pressing it open and I want to join the front and the back, the crotch depth. So watch how I'm pinning it. I made sure that the both seam lines are aligning, and after that I used 1/2 inch to join them. We are done with this outfit. So it is very simple. I mean, this is the easiest pants you can make here. So I'm going to sew all the way down to the hem of the trouser, after which I will fold the hem of the trouser. I'm going to fold it by 1 inch and of course hold it down with my hemming gum. And yeah, we have come to the end of this tutorial. Now this is the reason why I made the band of the back block shorter. Since I'm going to tie it first, I don't want it to be too bulgy. I don't want it to be too bulgy. I don't want when someone looks at you, the person will know that, okay, you're actually tying something inside. That is why I made it shorter and then the front block longer, so that even if you want to cross it over to the front and tie it, you can. I hope you learned something new today. See you some other time. Bye.